A Durham murder case is reportedly headed to the Supreme Court over an anonymous tip into Crime Stoppers. Critics say a ruling to reveal the source could mean the death knell for the tip line that has helped police solve thousands of crimes.
I remember, homicides that we were able to solve, drug busts, sexual assaults, robberies, all these cases because people wanted to do something. They were afraid to go to the police because, again, having to go to court.
Lauren Simon spent 15 years working with Crime Stoppers, and the former chair knows firsthand how the promise of anonymity can bring police vital information when it comes to cracking a case.
We get a lot of good, solid information that is handed over to investigators, and it's that one piece of the puzzle.
The nonprofit tip line in Toronto since 1984 offers up to $2,000 in cash rewards for tips that lead to an arrest. They don't use caller ID and don't record phone calls, promising tipsters they'll never be asked to identify themselves or testify in court.
In this case, it seems that the Crown and the judge are going a little further because it's a double standard, that they feel that the tipster is the murderer, is the bad guy here. So that's why they want to have that tip opened up in the case.
Reports that a Durham murder case is headed to Supreme Court over a tip into Crime Stoppers has Simon worried about the future of the volunteer-run organization, which has 90 programs across Canada.
We are opening a can of worms, and for tipsters are saying, you know what, I don't think the program is anonymous anymore. I think if this happens, that we might as well put the close sign on Crime Stoppers.
Every entity that operates on confidential informants, that would be tip lines, it would be things like cyber tip, everyone like that is potentially affected.
Criminal lawyer and former prosecutor David Butt says the Supreme Court will have to weigh the importance of protecting an informant against preventing obstruction of justice.
If people are actively misusing Crime Stoppers, then there's a good argument on the side of the police and the Crown that they should be able to look behind that and not have the tipster hide behind his anonymity.
But he believes even if the court says the tip must be included in the upcoming trial, groups like Crime Stoppers could continue to operate with one change.
Every time somebody calls in for a tip, I think there will have to be a warning up front so that any tipster is told, you will be anonymous unless you try to obstruct justice, and then your name could be revealed.
Now, in a statement, Crime Stoppers would not comment on the specifics of this case, but say they trust the Supreme Court will fairly consider the future implications of a decision. They say tips they've received have led to more than 188,000 arrests across Canada.